What's up, world? What's going on? It's your main man, the author. Right back at that ass again. Here's another one. What's going on, man? Long time no see. Hope everybody's being safe out there, man. Taking care of your business and everything, doing your day to day. Like people who already are members who have subscribed and have been watching some of my content for a while, man. As you know, I only make videos when I have something to say, so I'm not gonna really be on here a lot or all the time. But and that's probably what makes the channel more special than some others. But I like to talk about right now, man. Something that has really been sticking in my craw, man. Why do they let these black females get away with so much on these jobs, man? And like I said, most of our people, are working class citizens, and we go out every day. I'm pretty sure you go out, you have a black chick on your job. If you, especially from a black man standpoint, you probably have a black chick on your job, man, to get away, especially if you're like in sales or like inside sales consultant, whether you work at a bank or whatever. You probably notice, man, like a lot of the black females are allowed to be very rude to customers. I know that this is what I see on my end, man, and talking to my coworkers, this is what they see as well. Being rude every day, being rude to customers. And then a lot of times, too, customers will complain. They'll have multiple complaints, man, and will still keep their job. Right? We had this one female at the store that I was working at, man. I was helping out this other store because I work for a business that pretty much has, they're a major provider of internet and things of that nature. So they have stores all over the place. So basically, this black female, man, she eventually was fired, but she had to it was to a point where she actually had almost a physical confrontation with one of the customers, man. She came from around the counter. All right. And I think that's one of the reasons why she finally got fired. But she had done plenty of things before. She had been rude to her coworkers, to customers for a long time, man. To me, a long time. I mean, she was there for 5 months. That's not really a long time. But to be rude every day for about 5 or 6 months to everybody, that's a long time. Because as black men, we know there's certain things we can't do on jobs just to keep our employment. Right? All right. So follow me. So, and here's the thing, man. And I even talked to my supervisor about it. And, it's various rumors. Yeah, maybe some of them are sucking off, so on and so forth. But the main thing is, I believe that that's how the establishment keeps these households in the black community single parent. And it's no surprise that most of the households, probably most of the ownership, is pretty much the apartment complexes, the homes are pretty much in the black woman's name. She has to have a way to maintain that. I mean, the ones who are working, right? So if they want to keep that instability, because if men aren't making more money, they can't really dictate how things go. The house is not in their name. The vehicle is not in their name. And a lot of black females not only like thugs because the bad boy type, or just because they're a little mentally, gone or crazy, but they like that control, man. A lot of thugs that come out of jail or prison. I don't know much about that life because I didn't spend my life locked up, right? But from what I hear, you got halfway houses, they're on parole. What I do know is a lot of apartment complexes, unless you know somebody personally now, a lot of those apartment complex, those major companies that have a corporation or have corporate headquarters, they don't want to give out apartments to people with felonies, right? So right there, a lot of some of young black men you can't even get an apartment in your name if you have a record, if it's a felony, right? And then of course, not only can you not get, because at first it was like if you had a felony you'd have a problem getting a job. Now, if you have a felony, you have a hard time even getting an apartment in your name, right? And then even with social services, I think Section 8 has made it so that if you get a record, then they can cut you off of their programming, right? So things are getting worse and worse for the black underclass. So, with a lot of brothers that the ones who are going inside and coming on the outside, so you can't even get an apartment in your name. So in most cases, they get out, they have to stay with a black female. Black female may only work at Walmart or something like that, but she does have a job, right? A lot of times, if he's the one hustling, she's not, so she gets to stay in the clear. So everything's in her name. So in order to keep that instability where you have these female-headed households, these females have to have a way to sustain, this housing. They have to pay rent, mortgages, so on and so forth, right? They can't do that without a job, or unless they're on Section 8 or that other shit. And even with that, like I said, you can't really have a felony with that either. So, and if the man, in a lot of cases, if the man doesn't make most of the money, he's not going to be able to have the most say in the household. And some men make more money and they still don't have say in the households. But if you don't make more money, eventually she's going to let you know that. So to keep the instability in the black community where these households become a matriarchy instead of a patriarchy. If you want to keep that going on, then what you do is you keep giving jobs to the black females, and you have to let them get away with more stuff on a job, than her black male counterparts, right? Because if you judge it straight by the book, tit for tat, you'll have more black females fired. Black females, if they're fired, they can't maintain housing. So half of houses may be headed by black males. Half the houses may be headed by black females. So although that still is unstable, to keep it very unstable, where it's pretty much no comeback, right? To keep it really unstable, to have like 80% of the houses in the black female's name, you gotta try to keep them on these jobs longer. And the way you do that is you feed them, you allow them to get away with a lot of shit. And that's what a lot of these jobs are allowing, man. And not only that, but usually in most cases, a black female without a degree has a better chance of getting a job. Has a better chance of getting a job where, say, it's a salary job. They're paying about $40K. A black female without a degree has a better chance of getting a job than a black male with a degree, with a 4-year degree. I repeat, look this up. And I see this, man. It's not a lot of stats, but I see this, man. A black female without a degree has a better chance of getting a good salaried job, has a better chance of getting that job than a black man with a degree. Right? Because and a lot of like for example, Wells Fargo, a lot of those females, a lot of black females work for Wells Fargo. They don't have degrees. And it used to be a thing where you've always had the disparity between blacks and whites because most of the businesses are owned by whites. So, and every time, in the past, we had communities with flourishing businesses, but like in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they'll drop a bomb, on you, or they'll run a highway through your community, right? So now the black race is dependent on another racial group for their finances. And they make it seem like, oh, it's because you guys lazy. But a lot of these bullshit ass so-called pro-black lecturers fail to recognize that, yeah, blacks like in Durham did have their own community with businesses. But what did they do? The USA ran a household, not a household, I'm sorry. They had households and businesses in Durham that were professional communities, all black-owned businesses, barbershops, boutiques, right? Black males and females having businesses. But what did America do? They ran highways through those communities, man. That same community, it's one in Durham, North Carolina, man, where it was all black. And now they have nothing but billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies over there. Why? They didn't buy it from us. They ran a highway through it, made all the blacks get out, and then they moved in and took it over. Right? So that's what these so-called pro-blacks fail to recognize, because they know if they recognize that, then they got to say, okay, but they're not going to let us set up and be fruitful like that. We're going to have to do more. We might have to go to war, X, Y, Z, and a third. But I mean, I digress a little bit from that. But to talk about this male-female dynamic, I don't want to get off point. So, and that's the situation. So to keep these houses destabilized, where you just want the one-parent family, they have to give these black females more slack. But sometimes it backfires, right? But as long as the agenda is being met, then they don't care so much. So they'll let a lot of these black females who should be fired, man, should have been fired. You know, it's one we work with now, man. She told a customer to go fuck herself, right? Black chick told a white chick. Now, from what I hear, the white chick called her a nigger, but, and I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. She called her that after the black chick kept taunting her and talking shit, because the white chick said, I don't want to go to her because she is a pain in the ass. She's very rude and disrespectful. And now we have a new greeter who says that she gets multiple complaints about this one chick. Chick's still there, man. Been there for over a year. So. But that's not the only chick, man. I go to Walmart, man. It's black chicks who openly won't, especially if you're a black man, openly won't help you. They just walk around bullshitting all day. You know, it seems like Walmart is the safe haven for lazy black females. Now, black men, you see the brothers in there working, doing stock and everything like that. They're totally different, because black men know if they want to stick around, they can't do that. They can't mirror black females. Black females shouldn't be allowed to do it either. But again, to keep that agenda going, where you want these single parent households, and that's where you're getting all these thugs from, you have to throw more bones or give more rope to the black females. And don't get it wrong, America hates both the black male and the black female, but if you want to keep that instability going with the matriarchy, okay, hell on wheels, right? Watch some of my previous videos if you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you want to keep that matriarchy going, right, which is pushed by that feminist agenda, if you want to keep that going, then you have to give more rope to the female side of the plane. So and that's what they're doing, man. That's one of the reasons why I think that they allow black females to stay on these jobs after being rude, disrespectful, going against the dress code, coming in late frequently, always have an excuse. I mean, this one chick, they sent her home 3-4 times in the past 3 days, and she still has a job. You know, because most jobs I worked on, if they send you home for not obeying the dress code, you get like 1 or 2 times for that. You don't have a job, man. You out. but she still has a job. So be sure to like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you doing, man. And I got a few more videos coming, man, because I've been out of pocket for a little while. Out of pocket meaning gone from the scene for you literal types. So I have to make up where I left off. So if you have any questions, concerns about any things, especially when it comes to feminism and patriarchy, just let me know. Drop your comment down in the comment section. And it's your main man, the author, signing out.